Hey, what is up here, guys? James Cool here today, and in two separate relationships now, funnily enough. I've had my significant other has trouble fishing in Stardew, so I'm gonna quickly make a video just to try and help you people who have that difficulty in the best way that I can. Now, what I have on here is the iridium rod. Now, it can hold bait in I think it's tackle they call it. It's just a bobber basically, is what I like to refer to it as. What this does is the bait will increase your bite rate, making stuff bite faster. You can get a whole ton of bait just by turning bug meat into it in your crafting menu. It's right there. You get 5 per 1 bug meat. So, what we're going to do here, I'm going to try my best to show you what I do when I fish, and then I'll go over things that can help you improve. Now, at the start, you never want to actually move up right away. You kind of want to let the fish do it first, and then you follow the fish. As sometimes it'll just stay at the bottom here and you're good. Now, your bar, when you first start fishing, will be incredibly small. That's why you need to find a place that has some very easy fish. I recommend, when you first start the game, to fish in the ocean, personally. Again, you may have difficulties and troubles, it just depends. Because the ocean has little things called sardines, and they're very good for early fishing XP. Once you get into a habit of that, you'll start to gain your fishing levels, and that bar will get bigger for every level you get, effectively making it easier to fish as it goes on. See, I always let it go. If it just jarts up like that, I can't do anything. Now, the only downside of that is that I'm not going to be hitting perfect. I mean, there's a tuna for the summer bundle. Yeah, I've already donated it, but so basically just learn how fish act and learn how to hover in the air. Now, to hover in the air is another thing people have issue with, is to hover in the air, what you'll do is you'll hold down, and then you'll just start barely tapping whatever button it is that you use to fish. And for the most part, that fish will stay in there anyway, and it's very good. But when you're fishing, yeah, sometimes the fish will just drop to the bottom and it'll literally just stay there. Look at that. Like I said, it's very good here. One more time before I show you inside the fishing shack on what we can do here. Let it go, follow it up, and just start barely tapping. You can even just spam it if you want. Now, another thing that you might have issue is the bumping. Well, you can actually use that to your advantage. So if we say, we'll get a little bit more charge on our fish here. Let it sit here. Oh no, I went too fast. Well, it's fine, because I can just let it. Well, I actually fucking lost complete control of it there. And that's something that just takes time and effort. It happens, but that bump can sometimes fuck you out of a fish. So what you'll do is you'll just barely tap it as it falls down, and you can catch yourself. Don't hold it. If you hold it, it's going to freak the fuck out and do what just happened before that. So one more time, actually, just because of that poor example I gave you guys, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. So what we're going to do is we're going to bounce up here, and we're just going to stop by just doing a slight holding motion. We're going to hold our button for a moment and let go. All of this, now keep in mind, all of this turns into muscle memory. And what muscle memory is like once you learn this skill, you basically learn it. Fuck you, Willie. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up here, and to get these bobbers, they're tied to not only your fishing level, but other things as well. Let's go over the poles first. The bamboo pole is what you start with. It's I. You don't even need to upgrade your fishing rod if you don't want to. It does the same thing. It's just you can't put on the bait or the bobber. Now, the training rod, what it does is very special. I recommend if you have trouble fishing, buy this first to learn. That is what it's here for. And what it does is, it gives you the effects of the trap bobber, which I'll go over that here in a moment, and, and, not only that, but it gives you the bar of level 5 fishing. So you'll immediately have a very big bar for fishing for 25 gold. The downside is And the only downside is that you cannot catch any like high tier fish. And a lot of those higher end fish need normal rods. So this is just to wean you and train you, literally in the name. Do not get too attached to this when you switch over to, say, the fiberglass rod or back to the bamboo pole, because ideally you want to use this to get fishing level 5. Now, if you do this, though, it's going to take a long time. A very long time. You're playing single player, time pauses, so you can catch like a shit ton of fish, though. So it's not the end of the world. But once you get to level 5, switch off to anything else, because now you need to train yourself on getting rid of because you would have got used to the trap bobber by now. If you did that whole time, because what the trap bobber does is it causes fish to escape slower when you aren't reeling them in. Meaning, if they're not in that green bar, they'll start that how fast you have to catch them is slowed down a little bit. So you have more time to work with, more breathing room, and it's really good. And a lot of these things help you with certain things too. Now, to be able to use those bobbers, though, you have to have the iridium rod, which is, I think you unlock it at like level 7 or level 8 fishing. You can use this. I could be wrong. I'll put a link to the fishing wiki of Stardew in the description if you guys want to check that out. Now, other than that, though, if you're really fucking desperate, you can make crab pots. They give you a little bit of fishing XP. This is very fucking tiny amounts, and I don't recommend it. But hey, man, if you need to level up your fishing one way and you're absolutely fucking struggling, go for it, man. The bigger the bar, the better. Now this is a spinner. It'll just increase bite rate more. It does stack with bait. Trap bobber, we went over. It just makes fish slower to catch. Well, it makes them escape slower. The lead bobber prevents that bouncing, so whenever you hit it at the top or the bottom, it won't bounce. You have an issue with that, give her a try. Who knows? It might work. Treasure hunter makes it more likely to find treasure. However, you're going to fish up a lot more junk items. The cork bobber slightly increases the size of your fishing bar. I'll even buy this just to show you guys how it is. You don't get this till a little bit. Barbed hook, you don't get until level 8 fishing. So basically what it does is, fish, it auto catches fish for you. However, it only catches weak fish for you, and it can fuck you up if you get a really strong fish. And at level 8 fishing already, you're not gonna fucking need this, so honestly, it's mid. Dress spinner increases the bite rate even more, and the magnet increases the chance of finding treasure. However, again, you may end up finding shit. Like, literally, we'll just end up finding shit. So, with that being said here, I also, because my significant other plays on a different platform here, I also am going to rig my camera on my shirt, funnily enough. And what I'll do here is I'll show you how to do it on here. Look at that. Well, it's not the best, but I want the button presses to be shown more than anything. Okay? Again, focus on my button presses here. This is for all controllers and the like. As the Switch is probably the least performing one because it's, you know, it's the Nintendo Switch, but of course I get trash. We're just waiting for a bite, that's all we can do. Bruh. This is what you not using bait will sometimes do. There we go. So it's going to stay below, it looks like. There we go. So we're going to hold it, let go, and just start spamming. There we go. That's literally how you hover on any console port. Like I said, the whole point of this is not to show you the screen, it's the button presses, so you get a better idea. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more now, so you can see the bar in the button presses. I don't have a good camera, I'm sorry. Like I said, just more focus on how the buttons are being pressed here and what I'm doing. because that's what you need to kind of try and replicate when you're fishing. See, that's a catfish. I can already fucking tell. Yeah, and when it's raining, you're gonna get a harder tier fish. I think I'm only like level. I'll show you my. I forgot to show you guys my other level here in a moment too. Yeah, I'm only level 3 fishing. So this is the bar size of level 3. I've noticed Nintendo Switch bar size like is really like scaled down a little bit. It's not lower by any means. It's just like the UI is like really fucky with it. Like it looks incredibly smaller, but it's not. So it's really weird in that aspect, funnily enough. Alright, game, you need to stop fucking trolling me. Like, bro. Oh my fucking god, dude. It's because I'm fishing in the river. Highly recommend ocean still. River has a slight higher chance for trash, probably. That looked like a catfish again, but see, we're just hovering in the air. That's not a catfish, I don't think. It may be, actually. Could be a chub, too. It could also... No, it would be a river trout. No, not like this, please. Oh, please. Damn depressing. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Ooh! Dude, I'm gonna have to go to a different spot just because I keep getting fucking catfish on the line. I actually can't show it off properly. I do not recommend trying to catch a catfish at level 3. You'll struggle with it. It's possible, but it's very hard still. You're like level 5 and it's not that hard. I just don't want to sit here and make this a 17-minute video just because I'm trying to catch something. I have a catfish already in my chest. I've already done it, so I know it's possible. There we go. This lake here will actually take from the lake fish, which is nice too. So like I'm gonna hover, go up a little bit. The more rapidly you'll press it is when it'll go over. So it's best just to do like every once in a moment, you know. I hope this helps. Like I said, I'm not. There's no easy way to necessarily tell you guys how to properly fish. It is literally just tied to your muscle memory. So it really just takes time, it takes effort. Do not let it dissuade you, do not get mad at it. If you do that, you're going to not be able to complete the community center. Which, I mean, in the new upcoming update, I hear they're going to be adding things for Joja, but like, I don't know, man. They're like the evil side of the game, wouldn't you agree? So here's my fishing level on this account. It's literally level 9, so that's near max. So if we put the cork bobber on, and do it. Boop. Yeah, we're gonna bite much faster thanks to the bait that we have, thank God. There we go. Look how big that fucking thing is, dude. It's literally, so you see those notches? Like the bamboo notches? It's the size of 2 of them. And just think, you could probably have like a half of another one with the level 10 and this bobber together. So just like that, I mean, that's nutty. And then you can also fish up resources and stuff with treasure. Fishing XP works is if you get perfect, you get a ton more XP. I think treasure chests give you like 5 times. Like I said, I'll put a link there. Those numbers aren't totally solid. I just wanted to try and help anyone who has struggles with fishing with actually, actually seeing it, describing it, showing you how you would need to press it. As a lot of people will just kind of panic with it, and it's not easy to like start it and like learn something when you're always in panic mode, you know? Your best bet though, like I wish Concerned Ape would do this over here. and add like a little training fish area. Because the first time you cast your rod, and this gives people false hope, is what'll happen is that you'll be guaranteed to catch it. It can't escape no matter what it does. But if Concerned Ape added the same type of thing, like a little pool here that you can fish in, like right on the side of the dock, where it never escaped, people could easily learn how to do it and learn how to keep it there. And just have a fish that's like medium difficulty in that pond. So it constantly goes up and down, just very slowly, like it's not as fast as say that catfish was or anything. That way people